Hey everybody, Jay Average Vintage Collector here with episode 3. So this week I am putting out a video. I have some recent pickups. I have a mail day, and I have some recent pickups from my local card shop. I said in the beginning of this year that I wasn't going to spend any money out of my budget because I wanted to save my money for Strongsville. I'll be attending Strongsville in April, and I wanted to save the majority of my budget for that show. So my plan going into the new year was to not spend a dime and just save everything so I could make some big purchases for myself. More of a quantity over quality type guy, so I don't think it was going to be one big card per se. I think it's going to be a bunch of mid-tier cards that I can come home with. But 4 days into the new year, my plan kind of fell through, and I went to my card shop and impulsively bought some stuff. So I'm going to share that stuff, and then my last purchase from 2024. So just some average guy showing an average card. So I'll turn the camera around and I'll show you what I got. Okay, so the first thing I bought really isn't anything to be too excited about, but for me, growing up, the 84, 85, 86 top sets were really important to me. I love those cards, and when I think back to my childhood and my early days of collecting, those are the sets that kind of jump into my mind. So I went ahead and I went into my shop, and I knew he had them, so I said, hey, Chris, and by the way, my local card shop is Niagara Sports Cards in Niagara Falls, New York. Awesome people. Chris and Karen that run it are great, so shout out to them. So I went there and I asked, and I was able to get a complete set of 1984 tops. So I put it in a binder, nothing crazy, but all the cards in really decent shape. Kirk Gibson up there. Like I said, these aren't cards that are going to wow anyone. But again, there's Ryan with the Astros leaders, all in really good shape. Just more of a nostalgia for me to have this type of stuff. Here is the Mattingly. He separated that one out for me because that's kind of the bigger one in the card. Really nice Donnie Baseball rookie. Really enjoy having this set now in my collection. So kind of an impulse buy, but you know what? It's been on my list. I plan on getting the 85 and the 86 as well. He has them there. I'll definitely go back and get them there, but I just kind of wanted to show those off first. So the rest of my trip there, I was just looking through his cases, and I wasn't really looking through anything in particular. And again, I was trying to convince myself not to buy anything, but once I went through and I saw some things, I just had to get them. They were things in his store that I had not seen before. I'm a big Brooks Robinson fan, Duke Snider, Pee Wee Reese. Those are 3 of my player runs that I'm working on. So while these cards are not part of that player run, they are still cards of players that I really like and I am a big fan of. So the first thing that I got was this 1955 Golden Stamps Duke Snider. Looks to be in pretty good shape and for a really decent price. Really blank back, nothing on the back. I really like this card. Like the way it looks. Duke Snider, to me, I can't say enough about the guy. I really enjoy collecting his cards. So there was that. And he had a lot of these 55 Golden Stamps cards. So the next one that I got was Pee Wee Reese. Now, Pee Wee Reese is not cut that great. He did have another one that was cut a little bit better, but it was more expensive. And again, trying to just keep my budget and not take away too much from there for Strongsville. This is the one I settled on. That does have some type of paperback there where it shows that it's part of the Golden Stamps collection. I'm not sure if the Snyder one is supposed to have that, but maybe someone out there will know. But either way, even with the border, I'm really not too upset about this. Still a great looking card of Pee Wee Reese, 1955. And then the last thing that I got while I was there, and again, he had a stack of these, and I've seen them before, but I've never really been too into them or had any interest in them. This is a 1964 Topps Giant All-Stars, Brooks Robinson. Again, looks to be in really nice condition. I love the back on these. I don't think I've ever seen the backs on them before until I went into the store and I started looking, and I love this. Look at the action shot. of one of the best third basemen of all time. It looks like some type of newspaper article, almost the way that it's written. I really, really enjoy this, and honestly, I may start to look to get a bunch of cards in this set because it's got some great players in it. It's an oversized card. It's one of the few oversized cards that I own, but I really, really enjoy that card. Now, the last card that I have to show today was the last card that I purchased in 2024, and that was off of eBay. One of the players I'm putting together a player run of is Gary Carter. Gary Carter, I think people forget about him sometimes, but Gary Carter is one of the best catchers of all time. Catchers, I think, in the Hall of Fame in general are very underrepresented. I think that what catchers do on the field is different. They are the field generals, and they don't get enough appreciation out there for the things that they do that don't show up on a stat sheet. But this is a Gary Carter PSA 8. Again, his cards do not run very expensive when it comes to really any of his cards. Even his rookie is pretty reasonable. So, adding this to my Gary Carter run, this puts me, I believe, at 3 of his cards now, so I still have a long way to go. But again, when you have so many different types of player runs going and Hall of Fame runs and whatnot, that's what keeps it exciting for me, is that I'm not constantly just having to focus on one thing and maybe think that I'm forced to purchase that one thing. So these are my pickups. I'm hoping, against hopes, that I don't have any more of these impulse buys, because this is going to make for a much better time in Strongsville, make me capable of getting some cards that I didn't think that I was going to get. In the meantime, though, this hopefully should hold me over. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the cards. Let me know what you think. Again, you can contact me via my email. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.